6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
The Geek Week in Review.
And that is why I am king and Jacob has been demoted, because we can't hear him, and he hasn't worked out that we can't hear him yet. So he's
Jacob, you're muted. Can't hear you. Jacob, your microphone is not working. Microphone.
Shall I just start? I could have lip synced him, couldn't I? Hello and welcome to the Geek Week in Review with me, Jacob Stories, the wonderful SuperSorrell, and as always, our good friend Ryan Speaks Geek.
Does it upset you that is the intro, by the way, that it's me and Jacob and our friend?
Yeah, I love the fact even you put that when you shared it earlier. It's like, wait, what has happened is basically you two are in a committed relationship, and I am the plus one that's awkwardly there. Do you know what I mean? It's like you two are like, oh, you know, you get invited to the wedding, and they go, I suppose you can bring that other guy as well, and that's me.
I prefer to think of you as our adopted child.
Who just looks older than both of you, which is just horribly upsetting. Oh, thanks, Mick. Oh, Mick missed me Sunday. It's nice to be Mick.
Hello. Do you want to try that again, Jake?
I'm messing up. My camera's messed up. Like, it's because we're going out on a different night. That's what it is.
Yeah, because the lunar position as well. You know, the stars are not aligned. You know, it's all these things.
So, where was we? We're at Geek Week in Review on a Sunday, on a Wednesday even. On a Wednesday even. Thank you all for tuning in. We just thought we'd do a bit of a, spontaneous one, should we say? Reason being is I'm going away to Disney at the weekend, and we were trying to work out the logistics of what time we were going to do it and stuff, and yeah, just didn't have it. So we were just kind of, let's do it tonight. Why not? Let's go out early. They were
incredibly worried that it would just be too much, and I would just do Cocaine Bear for the entire hour and a half if Jake wasn't here to supervise. That's what this is really about. That
was part of it. We did miss Cocaine Bear on Sunday. I'm not going to lie.
You know what? I got in and I saw that it was still live, and I went to quickly come back in when I got home. And it was then suddenly the logo came up before I could even. I was like, oh, damn it. So I missed it by seconds. I was just going to come in and just shout something and Cocaine Bear and then leave.
We didn't have Cocaine Bear, but we had to deal with a little bit of crack from Gollum. So,
yeah.
precious little bit of crack, precious little bit of crack.
We tried. It was like a wish version of Cocaine Bear. So, could we not just have an Ash and Ryan episode?
Right, it would be carnage. It would be pure carnage, but
right,
it's the spin-off. It's the spin-off no one asked for, but the spin-off you will get one day.
Last time we did it, it was just pure impressions and voiceovers for the entire thing.
In my defense, I said go live. I was like, do it, go for it. But yeah, they wanted me here. What can I say? All right. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, over the years, we have come to think of you as someone we've met. And, you know.
Right, Ryan, look, I still have power. I can still do this, right? Don't mess with me. I've still got my finger on the button, right? No, it's all good. It's all good. So anyone that's new to the show, this is the Geek Week in Review, where we just basically talk about stuff that's happened. Toy news, TV news, movie news. This is episode 93. Normally we'd go out on a Sunday. For all of you that, you know, tune in regularly, then thanks very much. Do check out geekweekinreview.co.uk because all of our social media details and everything are on there. Let's just add that on there. There we go. It's there. Oh, what happened there? Look, we're changing places. Look. It's like the Brady Bunch.
Oh, I'm getting dizzy.
Right, where are we going? What are we going to go for first? It's Wednesday. We're all a little bit midweek, kind of hump day.
Wild Wednesdays. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start? I mean, we had a little bit of toy news this week so far. So we're only on Wednesday, but we've had a little bit of toy news to talk about. If you want to jump on there, or we could talk Mandalorian.
Well, that jingle decided exactly what we're talking about.
We're going
The
toy
choice has
news
been
by the
made.
looks of it. Let's talk toy news. Let's talk toy news.
Excellent. So that means we get to talk about Dungeons and Dragons a little bit, which I'm happy about. It comes out to cinemas this Friday. There was a little Hasbro live stream that they didn't really tell anyone about, and it just sneaked out there. And they've announced a bunch of new figures.
I know there was a whole bunch of new figures, wasn't there? Let's go straight into the Dungeons and Dragons, and then we'll talk a little bit about Spider-Verse figures after that. But Dungeons and Dragons.
So technically, this is our first repaint that we're getting in the line, but it is Owlbear. They gave us the original, well, the movie version of Owlbear, which was like the white owl version, whereas this one's just a straight up like regular tawny owl, kind of brownish. But I prefer this one. I guess it look cool.
Coming soon.
I like how you've given it a breed of owl. This is the tawny owl variant of owlbear.
Yeah, like, the other one's like the snowy owl kind of thing.
The
Like,
snowy owlbear. It's just
The spotted wood thrush owlbear will be making an appearance later.
to be honest with you, I'm quite excited about the D&D line. I think that there's some really cool figures out there. I'm a little bit disappointed they've done a repaint this quickly though. That's the only kind of like catch, I suppose. My only kind of criticism. But yeah,
I think that's cool. That's just to remind you. It's just so you're aware that it is still Hasbro making them because they've been so good. I think they wanted to just to remind you we are Hasbro still. All right, here's a repaint. Don't forget who we are. Come on.
I got to add this comment because we're going to jump in. Mick, seem excited about D&D. Have you ever played a board game, or do you have a new one to play? I want to come round for a game. Well,
funny you should say this, Mick.
Because Sorrell's got Yawning Portal there, and it should be at my house tomorrow. So what we are going to do is we are going to do a live play on this. So we might get Mick on the show after all. You can tune in, Mick, and you can play along live.
Yeah, I've kind of looked at it like logistically, it would be so easy to do live because all it is counters along it's like a long table. The more players, the more the table. And it's card based. We turn a card over, and it might be that there's a certain character that wants a certain meal, and it's like you have to go through your cards and see if you have that meal. And it's basically a turn-based like RPG game where you have to like make sure all the heroes have got the relevant food and drink that they're after.
Yeah, I mean, I'm well chuffed with Hasbro sending it out and everything, but it does still well boring in the respect of it's a board game where you basically got to feed the characters. No, but it does. I'm being completely honest. It's a board game of.
Mate, I'm playing my mobile phone game is called is a train simulator where I just go and make sure that the trains pick up stock and then go to the next location and drop off stock, and I love it. Sometimes you need a bit of mundane.
Yeah, every D&D campaign either starts or ends in a tavern. And this is the Yawning Portal, the tavern that is within the Forgotten Realms franchise. This is the tavern where every hero will go to at least once in their life. And this is the story of that tavern. It's for famished beasts and fantastic feasts is the strategy it's known as. And basically, it sounds boring in logic when you say it's about feeding heroes and that. You're basically playing the bartenders and the barkeeps, but it is a Dungeons and Dragons game, and it is a lot of fun. The more fun you can make it fun, but like more fun if you want it to. If you want it to be boring, it'll be a boring game. You got to put in what you get out, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I'm well excited about playing it. I just like.
Well, hence why on the live stream I'll be turning up as Beldar the dwarf.
I'm gonna. Yeah, we all have our own characters and like play it like properly. Yeah.
Ooh, what character could I be?
The bold mage.
The bold mage. Really? The bald fern or fawn or whatever. Fern? I'm a bald plant. That makes me a twig.
Yeah,
if I'm a bald fern, I'm a twig.
Fawn. A bald twig. You could be the bald.
Do you know what? I also could be something that's not bald because it's a fantasy.
You could be.
What I love is in your thing, I can be a half man, half goat, but I'd still be bald.
Can't have
I
hair.
can be short.
I'm stalling for time. I'm trying to think of like owls that don't have hair, so you could be like a bald like owlbear. Then you could do the voice like.
Well, if you look at the thing that I've just put up as the next picture for the next announcement, I personally think you should cosplay that.
Yeah.
I could do that actually. I reckon I could do that.
Yeah.
I'll just grow my dreads out, and then I can mold those into the tentacles.
One would be the hard blood bearded tank.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Right.
So this is the Beholder. This is another one of the monster characters that's coming out from D&D. I'm not sure if this is featuring in the movie, but I hope it does because the Beholder is a big part of D&D lore. Brian, aka Baltimore's Prime.
You have to dress up as your characters authentically, is what we expect from you guys. Yeah, we might do that. I might even see if we can get.
Do people not think that I've been LARPing at least once or twice in my life? I am the great big geek on the planet. Of course, I've got a chainmail outfit kicking about somewhere.
I'll just wear this on a chain to be Baltimore's Prime. There we go.
Baltimore's Prime, mate. You're doing it to yourself now.
No, that's what Viz came up with. Baltimore's Prime, aka Baldertron. Baldertron's my evil counterpart.
Mate, I reckon if you rename your YouTube channel to Baltimore's Prime, I'm pretty sure you'll pick up the most ridiculous amount of traffic on the planet from that phrase.
Yeah.
You'll get all of Shartimus Prime's traffic. You'll get all of Shartimus Prime's traffic, and you'll get all Prime versus Prime's traffic. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you guys, my new sub channel will be Baltimore's Prime. Transform and roll out.
Right, what? Let's talk about his character. Oh, he's gone. No, it's just
he is awesome though, because it's they did parody that in Futurama at one point, isn't it? Because isn't there like another character that's red, if I'm remember correctly?
Yeah, so the red one is like the generic monster that you'll find in most dungeons. That one that I put up is the Beholder. He's actually a character from the Dungeons and Dragons lore. It's been a while since I've used that character in a quest, but yeah, he's one of the main sort of like characters you would come across in D&D as like a quest giver or a big baddie kind of thing.
Cool.
But yeah, there's them little red ones that you'd use as like monsters. This one, however, on the other hand, this is the Displacer Beast. So you may have heard of a Displacer thanks to Stranger Things using D&D lore, but this is the Displacer monster basically that's inhabited the cat or the panther type creature. I've got a feeling a lot of people are going to use this as a Venom symbiote, to be honest. I've got a feeling there's going to be a lot of repaints of that coming up.
Yeah, good shout.
If you stick a Black Panther near that and have that as like Venom's tentacles coming off of it, that could be kick-ass.
That'd work. That really would work. That looks cool.
Nice.
But basically, it's very similar to the one that came with. I can't remember his name. It's not Azrael. Azrael. The elf is on my shelf.
Yeah. Which I must admit, talking about the Hasbro random eBay sale, that popped up on there for like 24 quid.
Well worth 24 quid. He comes with a ridiculous amount of merchandise. He comes with a D20 dice that's only available through that figure. And it comes with a boatload of accessories. And obviously that panther's just worth it for the panther.
Yeah. So you get like the panther, but without those big tentacle things. It's just like a panther, isn't it?
Yeah. It's awesome though.
Yeah. There's just so many like, it's really random. Like this like random Hasbro eBay sale, just throwing up loads of stuff that isn't available on their site as well.
NECA gave us a little announcement this week as well with the Bride of Frankenstein. She lives again. Looking forward to this one. Obviously, the annoying thing is it's the black and white version, which means that there's going to be a color variant very closely released near it.
Wow, Ash, I thought you were a little bit more with the modern times than that, but okay. Well, you know, you want to bring color into this? That's fine. That's fine. Whatever you're into.
So no, because this annoyed me when it first came out because I got the black and white Frankenstein, and then I got the black and white Mummy, and then they released the Wolfman in color and the Invisible Man in color, and they've yet to release the black and white variants of those. It's like my shelf looks stupid, half black and white, half color. So then I went back and replaced Frankenstein with the green Frankenstein, but now obviously I'm gonna have to get a black and white Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah,
color variants. But the one thing that's good about this that is coming with it, you can actually take the cloth dress part off, and underneath she's got like all the bandage wraps.
Oh,
And then,
okay.
I wonder where you go with that there.
Yeah, and
Cool
there's
thing, cool thing about this one is you can take its clothes off, and underneath it's very authentic.
Ash had a weird
No, there's
relationship with Barbies.
there's the wraps underneath, and then if you take the head off of it, there's a head that's got all the wraps on. And I've got a feeling a lot of people will turn that into a female version of the Mummy from the Tom Cruise film.
Ah,
I
good
think
shout.
it's just,
Yeah.
just an easy custom.
With that huge fan base that it has, I mean, I can imagine there's a lot of people
Oh,
who are
man.
going to.
It's not that
I would-
bad of a film.
I would-
I don't think it's that bad. I actually quite enjoyed it, but like,
I would defend it.
the thing is, I don't think it was great. It was all right. Like, I had a
Yeah,
good time
it's
for
watchable.
some of it. Yeah, it's very watchable, but it's not something I would rewatch as much as some of the classics. But then I do like the classics.
I want more of Russell Crowe's weird Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yes.
I want to see where that was going and the whole Dark universe. I wanted that to expand a bit more.
It's a
Yeah,
shame.
that
because
didn't
you could
take
really
off.
see. You could really see the plan that was in place.
The
And
closest
it's
we've ever got to the closest we've ever got to something like that was like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That is still one of my favorite like adventure movies to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, that one gets absolutely slated, but especially when it first came out, I absolutely loved that.
Yeah, I really did as well.
And then
Well,
Loose Collector gave us a lovely picture here that just made me want them even more of Vampirella and Red Sonja. There is Hell Witch as well available. They're all about 70 quid a pop though, which is like, scares me.
Was
now.
Red
But I want them.
Sonja designed by a man by any chance? Just
All of them were designed by men.
what? I am shooketh, surprised, and gobsmacked.
Why? Because she's wearing a very practical combat kit, and
It's basically what I wear to battle as well,
yeah.
except for my tits
I
are
mean,
bigger. But
That
Have you ever-
chain
Yeah, that's
is
basically the same thing I
protecting
wear.
No one. That chain
Have you ever-
is protecting them from nothing?
Have you ever read a
It's magic.
Vampirella comic?
Not for many years.
That's just like that comic was purely invented for like, look what she's wearing, and she fights other scantily clad vampire ladies looking like that. So it was made for young boys like me who couldn't get ladies. Moving on.
They couldn't get.
Jake, have you
late.
got a small violin gif that we can load up just then when he said that?
No,
When the
I'm
D&D
actually
the
really
warrior
jealous
has to
about
wear
that.
the Red Sonja suit.
That Red Sonja, I'm proper jealous of, to be perfectly honest with you. Mick, I'm a little bit worried about who this comment was directed at, but okay. Okay.
So the next announcement was from Jazzwares. They gave us a look at their next wave of the Street Fighter line, featuring Ken, Bison, and Dalsim.
Nice.
I'm a little
I
bit
quite like
over
them. Have
Street
you-
Fighter.
There isn't. Well, you know, they've got the new game coming out. There's a game. I think it was Game or one of the sites showed out some of the one of the special editions today that comes with. I think it's a couple of figures or it's a statue. I only had the briefest of look at it. My mate sent it to me just before we logged on. So it's obviously, I reckon another fresh Street Fighter wave of things coming to people's forefront. I reckon they have a little spike in popularity again. Plus, they've got a new mobile game out. I think I saw.
You're not excited for him, Jacob?
I don't know. I'm just a little bit over Street Fighter. I mean, they look like good figures. It's cool that there's like a lot of accessories and stuff, and they look well made. I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me.
I prefer a Streets
the
of
day-
Rage figure series. I would like a Streets of Rage figure series if they could do that.
Now
I'll be
there
all
we
over
go.
that.
Now that's a fight,
Guys.
yes, 100%.
The day Bison came to your collection was the most important day of your life. For me, it was Tuesday.
Are you quoting the movie there?
I am a little bit.
Come on,
Oh,
even I'm offended by that, and I said I wasn't.
it's his last
I
film
love
as
the
well.
film.
I love the film. I love the film
Yeah.
so much.
It is ridiculous. Like it's popcorn, like watch, isn't it? Like it's so bad, it's good.
It's so bad,
Like,
it's good. Yeah.
It's just let's get Kylie Minogue and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Let's make Street Fighter. What? Sorry, Street Fighter. You know that popular. Yeah.
Hey,
okay.
you know what? If it worked with Dolph Lundgren as He-Man, it's going to work now. Wait a minute.
Let's not forget, it's Ming Na Wen. It's Chun-Li.
Great film,
Fennec Shand.
but
Do not come at
It's
Masters
a great
of the
film.
Universe.
It's a great film.
Do not
But
come at Masters of the
you-
Universe. That
you gotta
was my
admit.
childhood. It had fuck all to do with He-Man. Like
Yeah.
it was nothing to do with He-Man, like at all. They
It
were
might as well
just
have been called like
literally-
Keith Man and the Defender of the something.
They had the
verse.
same names. That was it. Like they basically shared the same name. Like, but yeah, yeah, not good.
So I've seen Andy's comment. Mick, anyone tell you that you're a bit of a weirdo? Oh, hey, Steve.
Right. So that was kind of it for toy news, but while sticking with
Whoa. Star Wars.
yeah, and quite a few
And Marvel
bits.
Legends. Come on, you're
Really?
and Indiana Jones.
You're like our man in the chair.
I'm well behind.
Right.
But wait, this bad boy got announced on Disney Store. It hasn't come to the UK yet, which is irritating me. But this is in America right now, and some people have them in hand already from Disney parks. But yeah, BD1, the remote control BD1, he has a light up head. These little lights and stuff do like everything moves and lights. You can move his head up and down, left and right, and tilt, and then he can actually move forward as well, which is pretty cool. Fully working remote droid, and it will interact with your droids that you've built previously at Galaxy's Edge, or if you got the Galaxy's Edge little red BB-8 from Disney Store when that got released over here, it'll talk to that as well, basically.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And in Wally colours as well.
Yeah, it's in weird little colours, isn't it? But my
Wally.
favourite, but when I was getting really annoyed and I started like messaging Disney, like, when is that coming to the UK? Tell me. And they wouldn't tell me. But then this came up on their account on Instagram, and this is the Shop Disney UK account. So basically, they're going to be celebrating all things Star Wars with some major fan moments for the season of the Force, kicking off with the return of the Star Wars celebration to Europe after a 7-year absence. Keep an eye out for exclusive product announcements from a galaxy far, far away. So we're going to get product from Young Jedi Adventures, which hasn't even been announced yet. So I've got a feeling that's got to be an announcement at Celebration now. A bit more information on that.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jedi Survivor, I'm hoping that's going to be the BD1 droid getting released over here. Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary. Hopefully some more Black Series might get announced then. Obviously, you got the May the 4th Be With You merchandise, new Mandalorian, and Star Wars Celebration merch will be released on the Disney Store website here in the UK. Good.
You know what my favorite bit of that whole picture is?
What?
The little galaxy like picture they've used at the end of the the words. Like,
Yeah.
little galaxy. In case that wasn't Star Wars enough for you, we're just going to throw up a little galaxy picture just to confirm, so you know what we're talking about.
I like to think it was the guy who typed it was just like, they said that I'd never have a use for this emoji. Well, look at me now.
Okay, so I've written my copy. I've got my images right. What could make this more Star Warsy? Oh, that little picture on the emojis of the galaxy. That'll work. I've not been able to use that since Guardians. Like, yeah. But yeah.
So
here you go.
what have I missed then?
We talked about this the other day, actually, on Sunday. That we're hoping that there'll be some kind of film announcement around Celebration. Yeah. And there you go. Stephen said, rumor is that there's 2 new Star Wars films to be announced or confirmed. You know, it'd be really cool if they kind of came out with a trailer as well. Like, it was already all put together, and at Star Wars Celebration, they just dropped these 2 trailers for new films that no one knew was coming.
You thought it was over. Rogue One did not end on a good note. Meet your new counterparts, Rogue 2. Coming to cinema near you.
It's personal.
Starring Dolph Lundgren and Kylie
Rogue
Minogue.
2 Electric Boogaloo coming soon to Disney Plus.
You thought that was the real Emperor we killed in last film? No, it was a clone. The Emperor's back.
You know what? Actually,
Somehow Palpatine returned again.
Episode 10.
You knew about his granddaughter. You did not know about his adopted niece.
In
My
fact,
name's Ray Akbar. Sorry.
And in fact, it wouldn't be Star Wars 10, would it? It would be Star Wars X.
But
Andy, I've got
crossing.
to throw this comment up. Young Jedi Adventures. I'm looking forward to that final episode. We all know how it ends, Andy. We all know how it ends.
That's a Skywalker. What should we do?
Maybe we'll actually get to see that scene. Now they'll actually show it. like what they're doing with Mandalorian. They're showing it from different angles. Young Jedi Adventures are going to see it from the
problem is, if they actually did do that, right, you know, that would go around the internet and it'd be re-put like to the different song, like, you know, one day, make your own kind of music.
Oh dear. And Andy with another killer comment here. Palpatine says to me, we need the proof. You got to do it.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true. Come to the dark side. You want this. This station will be quite operational when your friends arrive. There's honey, cake, and evil. Now, young Skywalker, you will die.
No, Precious! No, you killed my father, Precious!
He belongs to me.
What kind of crossover have I walked into? Oh.
One that's owned by Disney. It belongs to us now.
The dark side.
Yeah, maybe.
Come to the dark side. We have so much honey, Piglet.
Can we just capture that as a voice clip for like every episode? That's got to be the outro. Come to the dark side, we have honey.
Oh, I need to go back and get all the voice off of this because there's like a whole episode.
Oh, just, yeah. Welcome to the 100-acre Death Star. That is where we You will die as Christopher Robin did before you.
Jesus.
Oh.
No, there is another.
You're giving me a headache. Oh, mate. I can't. Like,
Toy news.
They should have said, Jacob, you need to do Yoda. What makes you think I can do a Yoda impression? I'm shit at voices. Oh, never mind.
Jake just moderates. Jake's job is just try and moderate us and keep us under control. It just doesn't work very well most of the time.
Do or do not. There is no try, Jacob. Please try.
I'll say there, Mickey. Is it still the dark side? Should we just do this like the whole time?
This is why we can't have our own episode. This is why we can't.
This is why we can't have a spin-off. This is why the Ash Ryan spin-off would get cancelled quicker than Cleveland show. Like this is, we'd be done.
How do we even go back to toy news after that?
I'll bring us back. I'll bring us back. That's right, Geek. We can review toy news.
I don't even know what else there was. I couldn't see anything else on the websites listed. Stuff. What else did I miss?
Star Wars.
Indiana Jones figures started to drop. People were starting to get those in hand. And the main complaint is like the face, like the paintwork on the face and everything. Like the figure itself looks quite good actually, but yeah, it's like the face print, the face tech. We also had the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse. Figures are turning up in Canada and Walmart as well. People have been taking pictures of those and sharing those. Yeah, they look all right. They are what they are. Retro Ghost Rider has been shipped. That's out now over here in the UK, so that's on its way. As well as the Fantastic Four duo as well. That's been shipped.
That's got bits like that. And Star Wars got some stuff obviously on the way. They announced the Pike Soldier for the Black Series, and then they've also done the 4-pack, the Troop Builder is Tusken Raiders, which looks awesome because you could do so much customizing with all those. But they're all it's a 4-pack of Tusken Raiders, and I think that will sell incredibly well because like Tuskens are so in right now. Like after Book of Boba Fett, they're so hot right now. Like this really in fashion is to have like Tusken Raiders. So having a 4-pack is just like a great idea. Episode 100 brought to you by Emperor Pooh, the Darth Gollum, and Jacob as Yoda. Jake, I'm really sorry, man. You're going to have to start really working at a Yoda impression because I kind of feel like now everyone thinks you can do one, even though I've known Jake for like many, many years. I've never heard Jake do an impression, and we've been very drunk together. So you would have thought I would have heard a bad one at least.
Yeah.
I don't think I've even heard you do an accent.
No. I mean, even the way people are doing it, Emperor Pooh, Darth Gollum, and Jacob as Yoda.
That's like how I'm introduced on this show.
Yeah.
I'm the end bit, the Jacob as Yoda. Also, Ryan's still logged in. Like, you know.
Yeah. I kind of look like him.
Oh.
No, shall I tell you what I look more like? I look more like the one on Spaceballs. What was he called? It's the Yoda on Spaceballs, played by what's his name?
Oh yeah. I love hearing the man in the chair. It is a proper like oracle thing.
Yeah. Stephen Butler. All the characters and figures they could have chose from, and they picked Pike Soldier for the non-event. Yeah, I wasn't that excited.
I think that's because he's troop builder kind of thing. I think there's almost like an element of that because you can use him in a few different sort of types of displays. Obviously, you can use it in some solo stuff, and you can use it in Book of Boba Fett stuff.
I always think characters like the Pike and these kind of like troop builders are better off in TVC because people who have TVC tend to buy the figures en masse. So you're going to get someone on TVC buying multiple of that Pike soldier to make a unit of them. Whereas Black Series, you can't afford to really try and make a unit of them. So I think like Black Series should stick to making the standard characters like your Mara Jades, your Rays, your Luke, and then the TVC should focus on like world building. I think personally, with a smattering of characters thrown in.
Oh.
Right, they weren't pointlessly. And Mick, they weren't pointlessly combing the desert. They were combing the desert. Come on, there was a lot of reason to that. But yeah, we could comb Ryan's hair. You know what? The funny thing is like, I mean, I've got quite long hair, but Ryan used to have longer hair than me.
True story.
Yeah.
Very, very, very true story. And as our friendship developed, my hair started disappearing. I don't know if there's any link, but you know, just
What was
two and two together.
As our friendship developed.
I am.
Yeah.
Actually, if we go back like what 17, 18 years, it was around then I had a skinhead. So we actually had polar opposites. And yeah, I think that it's like I've slowly just kind of like absorbed his power and
right. So Jake ends up looking more like Chewbacca, and I end up looking more like fucking Voldemort every day.
Yeah,
I'll be on like the 100th episode. I'll be coming on going, guys. I'll have no nose.
Right.
Look,
I think that was it for toy news.
I got the nose gone. I could be Voldemort.
Where are we going with next? Because obviously some people haven't seen Mandalorian yet, so I don't know if we want to spoil it.
I personally think we should avoid it.
I'm not going to talk about the episode. All I'm going to say is that I thought it was a brilliant episode. So much happened, and there's lots of things to. So when you watch it, really, really watch it. Look at all the background bits. Look at everything. There's lots to enjoy. That's all I'm saying about Mando. And Bad Batch, if people are still watching that, which I am, an amazing 2-part finale this time. Yeah. Emotional, tense. I'm so excited for another season. There's got to be another season because if there isn't, I'm going to be incredibly angry.
On that cliffhanger, there better be.
Yeah. So that's what we can say about it without spoiling it for people because I don't want to be.
Is that the last episode?
Spoiling it. That was they did 2 Bad Batch today. That was the last 2 episodes of Bad Batch, and then we've got 4, 5 left.
3 more episodes of Mando's, haven't we?
Was it only 3? Oh wow.
3, only 8. It's only 8-part series.
Oh man, that makes me sad. We're almost out of Star Wars.
But I could basically I could go and binge watch it now.
Yes, you could now go and binge watch Bad Batch.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that then.
To be fair, the beginning of this Bad Batch series has been tough going. Even I struggle from time, but I mean these last fair few episodes have been awesome.
Yeah.
They've all been action packed these past few.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get on it. I'm definitely gonna get on it. I think.
But yeah, I think it's too soon. Obviously, Mando only came out today. I think it'd be too soon to start tearing that apart and giving all the Easter eggs away.
No, I think that's one to talk about with. We'll do like a bumper discussion in 2 weeks. Well, actually, I won't be here for the one in 2 weeks' time because I'll be at Star Wars Celebration myself.
Yeah.
Start an argument with the other half so you can have peace, and then go watch it now. I've already watched.
Me and Andy were chatting this morning. I was chatting with Andy this morning. As soon as it came on, I was like, "Dude, have you seen it?" He's like, "No." I went out. I'm like, "No, just watch it. We have to talk about it."
On Wednesdays, I get up early to watch Bad Batch on my own because my other half isn't interested in watching the animated stuff. Fair enough. And then in the evenings, we both watch Mando. So
you can't start a sentence by going on Wednesdays and not saying we were pink.
Oh, imagine Ryan as Baldimus Prime doing the Peter Cullen voice impression. Imagine no longer, Viz.
I am Baldimus Prime. Autobots, roll out.
Mate, I think you've got a channel there.
I think it's got to happen, really.
I think you've got to change
just do one for each voice and just have a multiple personality disorder.
It's just got a good ring to it as well. Jacob's Toys, SuperSorrell, Baldimus Prime.
Yeah.
It just works.
I'll still be put last, though. It won't make any difference to that.
Yeah.
What's the next So if we're not talking, we can't talk Bad Batch of Mando.
I don't know. Jacob's doing something though. He's in depth thought. I can see the cogs turning.
Is he going to override my thing and change my name or something?
I'm not doing anything.
Roll out.
Just the man who's clearly doing something.
I'm not doing anything.
Son of a bitch, he did it. I also love the name. That's not my name.
No, I know it's not. I'll change it back in a minute, Baldimus Prime, right?
I mean, you could coattail on a lot of traffic there on YouTube with that name, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's like being the wish of like YouTube, isn't it? It's like, you know.
You're telling me that Prime versus Prime didn't think about it when Charters Prime was the #1 channel about toys on YouTube. There's not an inkling of him that went, if I use the word Prime twice.
Yeah.
So if I called myself SuperSorrell, you wouldn't think anything would be off about that.
Even
because there are weird accounts. There are weird accounts online,
I just
right?
cry a lot while I'm reviewing things. That's what.
There's mine, and then if you do a search for my name, there's other accounts that are randomly like somehow linked. Like there's one called SuperSorrell with like 3 L's. There's one called Fan of SuperSorrell. It's like, stop it, you weirdos.
They are both mine. So...
I was gonna say one of them is mine. But yeah. So what else has been going on? I mean, it's been a short week because obviously we're only on Sundays. It's only like 3 days, so it's not as like information packed. But what about Star Wars? So we're talking about Star Wars Celebration. Let's do some predictions.
I predict I'll be there on Sunday.
Are you actually are you seeing anyone? You got any like character meets or anything like that?
Nope, I've got absolutely nothing planned. Steve's going on the same day, so I might try and touch base with him at some point again. But that's about it. That's all I've got planned so far.
Have
you not got any?
If you kind of like you meet up with him when he's down, and then he turns off at Star Wars Celebration, and you're there. Then, like,
no, he knew I was going way ahead of time. So if anything, technically, he's stalking me. So.
Oh yeah, okay.
Have you not going to any of the panels or anything? Have you booked any panels in?
I haven't yet. No, to be honest, it's been a bit. There was a potential I might not have been able to go, and it's been a bit of a nightmare. So I will be sitting down sort of in the next, like probably tomorrow evening or something, and actually looking at the whole schedule and trying to work out what I'm going to do and where I'm going to go. I am really looking forward to it because I've never been to one of the celebrations. So it's going to be pretty freaking awesome.
From what I've seen from like other, from what I've seen from other like YouTubes over the years, I know the American ones are probably going to be bigger than ours, but if they're on scale with the one that was in Orlando and stuff, then some people are saying it were better to not have anything planned because there was so much to see on the show floor, so many museum walkthroughs to do, costumes to see, stuff to buy, merchandise stalls, that you couldn't physically see it all and do panels and meet and greets all in the same day. It was impossible.
I think that's the thing with things like Star Wars Celebration, because there's so much condensed into it. the panels almost are kind of like competing, aren't they? Because you get there and the stuff's all there on the floor, and like you said, like that one in particular, like the videos that you would see of people just walking through, like there'd be enough to just keep you entertained. Like I even find that with some Comic Cons, that like you'll go to a Comic Con and there'll be so much going on the floor with the different stalls and with the cosplays and the random things that are popping up at left, right, and centre, that you almost kind of have to schedule, like be really strict on your schedule. Like I know when, excuse me and Ron went MCM, like it was almost like running to get back to stuff because there was so much else that we were getting involved in.
Yeah, I liked that about the London Film Comic Con when I went to that a few years ago. They had like the Annabelle in the case to take photos of, and so many things to have pictures done with, and it were awesome.
I've got a really funny panoramic like video where I was just kind of filming for like a couple of seconds, and it was like where the Star Wars kind of characters and stuff were at MC in October, and you go along and there's like a child being handed back to its mother by Darth Vader crying. And then Darth Vader kind of does this, and then as I go along, there's Jesus. It's mad. It is absolutely mad. Like
one of these is not like the other.
It's all like the stormtroopers, Darth Vader handing the baby back, and then just Jesus standing there, really kind of like John Travolta. Like,
is it TikTok? Is it TikTok Jesus or just a random Jesus?
No, someone cosplaying as Jesus.
Yeah, because there's that guy on TikTok, isn't there, called TikTok Jesus. He started out as a cosplay of Jesus, and he goes to like all film and Comic Con stuff. He's awesome. He's so funny.
Yeah, it might be. But yeah, it's proper random. I thought I'd kind of recorded gold, just the Darth Vader with the baby bit, and then as I watched the video, I was like, "Where's Wally?" He's like, "Jesus has just appeared." But
so you always keep filming. Always keep filming.
Yeah. Mix put something interesting in the comments there about Star Action figures. They're cool store over here in the UK, and they've revealed that all the stores have the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 wave in stock, but obviously they can't ship them out until April 10th. So yeah, I mean they've got restriction. It's a bit kind of not crappy, but when the stores kind of let you know that, it's a bit shit, especially when it's a wave that you're really looking forward to getting, knowing that they have it, they have your money, they have the figures, but they can't send them out. With that said, over in the States, they've been turning up in Walmart and stuff on shelf.
This is why I don't like Saf that much, because like there's no need for him to do that. There was no need for him to put that out. None of the others have commented saying, "Oh, we can't put this out." There's just that one store that just moans.
Yeah,
can't be bothered.
No, it's either a moan or a really good marketing tactic because everyone's talking. But we are now. But yeah, thing is that you always know that like you know that the stores have stuff ahead of time. Like it doesn't arrive in their store the day that they ship it out to you. Like they're sitting on it. But you know, there's certain things that they can't ship out before time. So yeah, I mean it sucks, but in a weird kind of way, I don't want mine that much ahead of the movie.
No, you kind of want the figures when you're excited, when you've seen it. You want to come out of the movie and be like, "Oh, look, now I've got my figures." You know, because it's part of that. It's part of that whole experience, isn't it? It's like a multimedia event, then, isn't it? Because then you've gone and seen the film, and then you can come back and be like, "Yeah," and you've not had them already, enjoyed them, and then you go and see the film like a month later, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I had those a while ago."
I mean, there is like the what is it? Nowhere Home? No, not Nowhere Home. Far From Home, like that Far From Home 3-pack that still we haven't seen officially inbox shots of. That's just ridiculous. Like I'm kind of over the hype of that film now anyway. It's like, yeah, I mean I'll be excited for the figures, but I'm well and truly over the hype of it. If that had come out like 8 months ago, 10 months ago, I think that people would have been a lot more excited for it.
It is an odd delay with that. Like that seems really I'm still confused about what's actually happened there.
Yeah, I don't know why it's such a delay. I really don't.
It'll be something to do with likeness rights and royalties, and making sure that each of the 3 actors get the same amount of space in the box and crap like that. It'll be really random, stupid stuff, but it'll just be their agents messing about with Hasbro. Make sure that they all get equal time and equal picture space. One Spider-Man can't be bigger than the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spider-Man.
So, but what else we got?
Is there like an Elseworlds English Spider-Man? like Spider Gentleman. You know, like we're getting this into the Spider-Verse. We're seeing all these things. Is there like a Spider Chap or something like that? You know,
Spider bloke.
yeah,
You've got to think
Spider,
if
it's Spider Chap. Hello, old beans. Here to save the day. Everyone gets one.
He's got a monocle and like a bowler hat.
Yeah. Good
if
one.
it's a multiverse, then anything that can be and will be has already been. So yeah, there's definitely a Spider Chap.
I want
Speaking
a
of multiverse,
narrating
though,
Spider-Man that's Morgan Freeman.
And there's also a Spider Chap in Chaps. You know what I mean? That exists somewhere.
Shall I tell you
Chap
two
in
of
the
my
hat.
favourite versions? two of my favourite versions are a bit more obscure. Is that Spider-Man India? I love the design of that suit. Like, there's something really, really cool about the suit. I want to see that in action figure form. But the manga, Spider-Man. Did you ever read that comic book where it was like reimagined in manga? It's really bizarre, but I had them all when they came out, and it was one of my
If they
favourites.
didn't call that Spider Manga, then that was a wasted opportunity.
No, what do they call it? I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, Spider-Man's basically got like ham wraps and like a little
Should have been
backpack.
Spider Manga.
Spider-Man, that's quite cool. But yeah, really cool. It had all the main characters in it.
Have you been looking up Spider-Man in Chaps?
No, I just because I've never heard of Spider-Man like the Indian Spider-Man India. So I googled it, and the first image that comes up is a dude in a very bad Spider-Man cosplay from India.
That's from the film.
Yeah,
There's that Indian film, the really low
No,
budget
this
one.
isn't from the film. This is just a random dude. But yeah, I'm there thinking, oh, Jacob's a really cool suit. I've googled it. There's just some random Indian dude in glasses going like that.
No, the Spider-Man India stuff is really cool.
Jesus.
But so, what predictions have you got then for?
Yeah, so celebration. Anyway, moving on.
You got that rabbit hole.
I think there's going to be some cool stuff announced for the future. My only concern is, it's a bit like Marvel, right?
Now, your prediction was there's going to be some cool things announced for the future, right?
No. Hear me out before you start making your jokes, Mr. Funny Man. All right? I think there's going to be some cool stuff announced. However, my prediction is only about 50% of it's actually going to happen, because my biggest bugbear at the moment is going, this is all happening in the next 6 years. And then only like 3 things out of the, like all those things that come out, because they go like, oh, this has been rescheduled, this has been delayed, this has been cancelled. I kind of hope they don't announce too much, because I'm sick of too much being announced and actually it all changing or not happening. That I don't want false hope again. I just want to know exactly what's coming out when it's coming out, and they stick to it. Like just the next couple of years is fine. Next 2 years worth.
Rogue Squadron. Is it Rogue Squadron?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's gone, and this is gone, and this trilogy's
totally
gone, and well, it's been shelved, for now. The Patty Jenkins, but the thing is, what I mean, it's all this bollocks. And just give us some fucking facts and stop going like, oh, here's our 23-year plan. No, just tell me what's happening in the next 2 years when it's actually happening. Otherwise, piss off.
Well, you got
Ryan
really
out.
angry there.
Damn.
Are you?
Because do you know what I mean? Marvel keep doing it, like DC keeps doing it. I don't care about the 20-year plan. Like this, you're not like sorting out my like redundancy package. Like you don't need to tell me this much in advance. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna. It's hard to be excited for 10 years on something you might cancel. So why don't you just get me excited for the next 2 years? We'll call it a draw.
And this is the guy that's going to celebration.
Yeah. I want to celebrate the things that are actually fucking happening. I don't
That's why you
want to
can't.
like Rogue Squadron. Yeah, so excited, and they go, "Oh, yeah, shelved it actually. I'm sorry about that." Yeah, none of that. Done with it.
You do realize that this goes out live, and me and Jacob have a following, and you might just, you might hear some radios now as you're heading to the Lucas panel. Don't let him in. Don't let him in. We're gonna 20-year plan. Don't let him in.
I'm too inoffensive. That's the most offensive I've been about the whole thing. Normally, I get accused of liking everything. No, it is genuinely a bugbear of mine. I do. Do you get what I mean, though? The constant.
Yeah. It does annoy me.
So I am. My prediction is there is going to be some announcements, but I predict they're going to over-announce again. That's one of my big predictions. I think there's going to be some really exciting stuff that we haven't seen. I think we'll see some more trailers for Ahsoka. I think we'll get hopefully a better look at maybe the Skeleton Crew as well. I think we'll get some more information of that. So I think they're the sort of the main things, and the acolyte, because obviously we've seen some behind the scenes pictures leaked, like for set photos. So I think we'll get something more official at Celebration.
Yeah, that could work. That could work. Are you dressing up at all?
Yeah, I'm going as Baldimus Prime.
Well, he's not in the Star Wars universe, so that's not going to work.
Oh, that's what you think.
Are you? No, but
I
are
am
you?
that now as well.
Are you dressing up in any context, or are you just going as yourself?
No, do you know what? I actually, I really don't like dressing up at all.
Whenever I hosted a Halloween party, you were always the one that came dressed like I could count on you being dressed.
Yeah, because I didn't want to let you down. That is literally the only reason. I hated it every time. I came as Mad Hatter from the Disney Alice in Wonderland when with all makeup and stuff. It was the most uncomfortable I've been in ages. Hated it.
And then you came as Fry from Futurama one year as well. It was
like, yeah, but to be fair, that was just normal. That was just normal clothing. Plus, also, I just happened to dye my hair red. That was a really good timing, and I had hair to do it. Now I couldn't be Fry. I could only be Bender probably if I stuck an antenna on my head.
Rob in the comments. Rob's dressing up. What are you dressing up as?
Rob, I saw his photos on Facebook earlier. It looks awesome. Him and his son have got black Jedi robes. They look
That's awesome. Thing is, I love seeing other people's costumes. I think it's incredible what people. I love at Comic-Con. It's one of my favorite things is seeing the effort people put into it, the creativity with like around the house items, and they turn them into these cool costumes. I just don't ever feel comfortable dressed up. It's weird because I like acting and stuff like that, and obviously Jake knows I've been in major stage shows. But I think it's because when I'm around in a convention, I'm so nerding out looking at everything else. I kind of feel like I'd be so distracted having a costume and stuff like that. But I look forward to seeing everyone else's.
Sifs. Sorry. Sifs.
Sorry.
Sorry, Rob. All right, I'm going to set you a challenge. I'm going to set you a challenge for Star Wars Celebration. How many variations of the Mandalorian can you find and take a photo of?
Oh, it's the new spot, the Harley Quinn. Okay. I will try and do it.
How many you can get? Bonus points for the most obscure crossovers.
It has changed. At Comic Cons, it was spot the Harley. Then it became spot the Hellfire T-shirt. Now it's become spot the Mando.
Yeah.
So
I reckon I will see
thousands.
I reckon it'll be high double digits.
I think triple digits, to be fair. It's Star Wars Celebration. You can walk down the high street and see at least 2 Mandalorians. Like, it's kind of they're everywhere. Like, you know, so I think you go to Star Wars Celebration, everyone's gonna be like, yes, this is the chance. This is where I'm gonna wear that Mando suit. People are gonna love it. They're gonna turn up and everyone's dressed as a Mandalorian, apart from Rob, who's dressed as a Sith.
I will go as the King of Nerds.
You just look with that glove on. You just look. Shall I tell you what you look like? You look like a really rubbish Notorious B.I.G. You look like the Wish version of Notorious B.I.G. right now from his album cover.
No, the slightly known B.I.G. I'm more, yeah. A couple of people know him. I know a couple of people. B.I.G. I'm big in Japan. B.I.G. You know that kind of.
My mum said I'm cool. B.I.G.
Viz at BK. Have it your way. Have it your way.
Why have you got a huge hand as well?
It's my Disney hand for Disneyland.
Mate, you know what? I've actually got a pair of those in the house.
Do you know where this came from, though? You won't have
Disneyland Paris.
No.
McDonald's.
It was McDonald's. Ash is quite right.
McDonald's.
The problem is, once I put this on, it stays on for quite a while because this is from like the 90s when it went from Euro Disney to Disneyland Paris, I believe. And they did a big toy promo thing. And one of them was these gloves. And I found it in the loft when my parents moved. And I put it through the washing machine because it looked absolutely awful. And it's come out really nicely. So now I can be, you know, representative of our corporate overlord and make sure that everyone knows that it's a Disney-sponsored Geek Week in Review.
Yeah.
Plus, also, if I don't want to keep getting sued for doing the Winnie the Pooh voice, I have to mention Disney at least 30 times in each episode. Did I mention how much
even though they don't own the rights to them anymore, do they? So it's free for all.
They do.
The version the problem is the voice version. That's Disney.
Yeah, that very much is Disney's version.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I just want to say that, you know, not that I'm sponsored or anything, but if you do want great entertainment, please head over to Disney Plus, where a wide range of animated films and adventures are available. Oh, feel the magic.
Ryan just fishing for some sponsorship there. It's just like,
I'm
and if
not.
Disney Plus is not your bag, Netflix, where you can.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? While I sit here and enjoy the refreshing taste of Harry Potter's butterbeer. Warner Brothers Studios. There's no place like it. Have a magical day.
It just reminds me of
I
Wayne's
would-
Road.
Yeah.
I would
I
never
will not bow
bow.
down to any corporate
No,
sponsor.
you beat me. You beat me to it. I would not bow down to any corporate sponsors. I'm going to tweet about that on my BlackBerry.
That's amazing.
It's like people only do things because they get paid, and that's just really sad.
There's rumours
Little.
of a Wayne's World 3, isn't there?
Yeah, I kind of don't know how it would work. I mean, they did do the SNL thing, didn't they? But they did like on
Yeah.
one of the award shows. They did an actual thing. Like they actually did come back and reprise the characters, and it did actually work really well. Still, I think
Yeah.
there's wondering what Pooh's voice sounds like in it. Like, oh, what in the horror movie? I haven't seen the horror movie yet. I really want to watch it still.
Shall I tell you what? If you go on YouTube, you can see like the opening credit sequence, and have you watched it, Sorrel?
No, not yet.
It is like harrowing, to be honest with you. Like it's all animated very much like the old style Winnie the Pooh, like the sketches kind of thing. And it's talking about like Christopher Robin basically sacking them off to go to college, but talking about them as if they're kind of like weird kind of creatures, and then they all go like cannibalistic and a bit mental in the head, and then they go
Piglet!
Oh, Ryan, you're on it. You're on it. Ryan, there you go, Ryan. Ryan is the best.
Thank you
are
very
on it,
much,
Ryan.
y'all.
You're on a roll this week.
I really appreciate that. That's a lot of love my way.
Yeah. You know what? We haven't really
Problem is,
talked
getting this glove off is actually really difficult. That's why it's on for so long. It's because once I get it on, I have to really shimmy it on, and then getting it off again is just it's been
Did you ever
4 days.
Did you ever see that? Did you ever see the? What was that film? Was it Clown or The Clown? Did you ever see that one? Came out about 10 years ago, and it was like one of these kind of. It's quite a cool horror film, but basically it's like a demon possessed clown outfit, and the guy puts the nose on, and then he can't get it off, and then it kind of turns.
That sounds like a very bad I'm Afraid of the Dark episode.
It does, doesn't it? Or Goosebumps.
Gruesome. It is gruesome, and I feel like he pulls it off, like pulls the nose off at one point, but then where it like leaves a mark, that then turns into a nose. Like it's proper gruesome. But that's all I think of when you put that hand on, because you get slightly possessed by the mouth, and it stays on. Yeah. There you go.
Eli Roth,
dear.
Clown. There you go.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a good film. Like it's a good horror film, but go and watch it.
So, Celebration.
Yeah. Have we
Let's
got?
try
Oh,
it
yeah,
again.
what are
try
your
again.
guys' predictions?
So, Ryan's prediction was something in the future, but just not before 2026.
I'm
That was
basically
Ryan.
too specific. Is that what you said? Well, I also said about the Skeleton Crew and the Ahsoka, and I really can't get this fucking thing off now.
I'm gonna predict there are gonna be lots of Mandalorians in cosplay, and Warwick Davis will definitely make an appearance.
And we'll all pretend to be surprised.
Yeah.
Dressed in his Willow costume, going, just breathe. What the hell,
Begging for a
guys?
season
Why did you
2.
do that? You ruined my dreams.
Ryan, your voices are on today.
That's it. I have to go back to work with Ricky bloody Gervais again now.
Oh. Yeah. What about you, Sorrel?
Oh,
What are your
dear.
predictions?
I'm guessing that we're going to get an announcement of Mandalorian season 4, because it's just obvious they're going to continue that money train. I think we're going to get a proper trailer for Ahsoka, like a proper one that's going to show off maybe a few new characters or give us something else to go on. Because it's Celebration, they're going to have to do something. There needs to be, like every Celebration, there's a big trailer drop. So unless it's going to be Skeleton Crew, I don't see what else they could do. Because what else is coming out close enough to Celebration? I think it's Ahsoka. So, but I think we're going to get a lot of announcements that are to do with not necessarily like movies and TV, but more like the surroundings of Star Wars, so like merchandising, events, Disney parks updates. I think there's going to be a lot of that kind of announcements this time around, because obviously it's the 40th anniversary of Jedi as well. I think there'll be a lot of stuff around that. A lot of new merch to announce.
Yeah.
And didn't they say something like there's going to be 24 new figures announced at this con? Is it 24 or something?
Really?
Like it's a mixture of. It was. I'm sure it was like that amount. I'm going to look it up, but it was quite high numbered. It was all Black Series and TVC, so there's going to be a good mixture of stuff coming out. Let me get their official announcement because it was on their Havbur. It's on Havbur post on Instagram. But yeah, it looked to be. It's going to be a lot. There's a lot of stuff getting announced.
It's actually Andy repaints lots of it. It's actually just 23 new troopers. It's just the same clone trooper, but just
20 of them are not canon. They're just like ones that have been kind of devised.
Yeah. It's actually just 20 different Boba Fett variants.
You know, we're going to get a Boba Fett or a Mandalorian. That's going to be one of the or two of the 23.
The thing is, though, they're quite smart because in the new Mandalorian series, there's a lot of obviously Mandalorians, and there's a lot of repaint material in a lot of that, and they could probably do a lot of part swapping and repainting to make of those other Mandalorian characters.
Did you see the picture from the last week's episode? You know where they're all the Mandalorians are there after the dragons taken the youngling, the foundling and stuff. There was a picture from a different angle, and one of the Mandalorians
the tied up one.
Yes, tied up on the back, like the budget ran out on the back of his helmet.
But I kind of think that might be on purpose because it's a foundling, and also some of the other ones. If you look at some of their armor, some of it's like cloth armor rather than.
Right, what it was is they all bought their helmets from Hasbro Bowls, and that guy bought it from the kids section at Smith's. And was like, "What?"
I found it. So the official announcement is. So fans can expect exciting reveal pack programming when Hasbro Pulse, Star Wars, and Indiana Jones panel begins at 4 p.m. BST on the Twin Suns stage, with over 20 new Star Wars Black Series and Vintage Collection reveals and new Indiana Jones products inspired by old and new adventures.
Cool.
So yeah, over 20 new figures. Hopefully, a good 12 of each. Maybe that should be good.
Yeah.
Maybe even a cheeky bit of retro.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to do another? Do you think they're going to do another Mandalorian series?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they will announce its ending soon, and it'll move to something else maybe. But those characters might still be in it. But I think it won't be the Mandalorian. I think it'll maybe be something else.
Yeah.
He's no good to me on a Sunday. That's when I go to church.
Yeah, I reckon there'll be another Book of Boba Fett series because they're doing that thing, aren't they? Like I said, where they're carrying the characters on in other series as well. Like Mando will appear in Book of Boba or Ahsoka or whatever because they're all on the same timeline now. So they'll just announce the next project. The next project might be Bo-Katan and see where she ends up and stuff like that. And then obviously you'll get scenes with Mando every now and again.
How cool Fennec Shan's actress said about her series. Do you remember? She tweeted about the series, and Bo-Katan actress Katie Sackhoff tweeted underneath it, and then the tweet got deleted very quickly.
I think she's going to have a spin-off series. How cool would it be, though, if they announced a live-action Rebels movie?
Oh, don't even tease me.
Yeah, well, the characters are coming in, aren't they, in Ahsoka? How good would it be if, following on from that, there's a Rebels film? It'd be a good one to hold back.
Stop it. No. Ash, stop it!
What?
Nothing. He was misbehaving.
Oh, being naughty. I was misbehaving.
Yeah, stop it.
Yeah, but how good would that be? Stephen there in a comment saying India at Star Wars Celebration seems a bit of a strange thing to say or do. I agree. I kind of double took when I read the press release. I was a little bit. What did I miss?
No matter, you missed it. The fact is that you missed it.
What did I miss?
You missed it. That's all that matters.
Oh, was I talking?
I'm not repeating it because other people clearly missed it, so it's fine. Move on.
But yeah, when I read the press release, I was a little bit shocked about the Indiana Jones at Star Wars Celebration. It doesn't make sense, but
Lucasfilm, innit? They had Willow the other year.
That's it. It's Hasbro kind of going, well, we've got these two that are Lucasfilm. So
Plus, also you got Club Obi-Wan, and then you got the R2D2 and C3PO hieroglyphs. So there is technically more links than Willow.
oh yeah, definitely. But I was, to be honest with you, when I
Tenuous,
read it, I was kind of like, I kind of wish I was going to Star Wars Celebration because I wouldn't mind having a look at the Indiana Jones figures in hand.
Ooh, Star Wars Shatterpoint game. Ooh, that could be cool.
Cool. Yeah, that.
I've never heard of Shatterpoint.
Well,
Never heard of Shatterpoint.
Rebels as a property, it was hugely popular as the animated series. I mean, it could even just be an animated series, but I think to go through all the effort of obviously the actors, actresses, and that have the same likeness and that can bring them into live action, to introduce them only as a kind of an extra character in an Ahsoka show just seemed like a bit of a waste. But then
I'll only accept it if Freddie Prinze Jr. does flashback sequences. That's the only thing I'll accept.
He's got to, hasn't he? I think he would, though. I really do think he would. But it would work. I mean, they could essentially have a trailer put together because no one would question it because everyone would just kind of be thinking it's all Ahsoka stuff. Like, it could work.
What if they cast someone else as Kanan though? Because it might not be Freddie Prinze Jr. Because obviously they've recast other people. So there's a lot of assumption there that it's Freddie Prinze Jr.
It has to be. It has to be.
Well, I would argue that maybe Freddie Prinze Jr. looks a bit whiter than what Kanan is.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But Easter Bunny Boba Fett. Easter Bunny Boba Fett. As it's taking place on Easter, here's a celebration exclusive.
The Mandalorian as Boba Fett. Boba Fett in slave coat outfit. You know what? You're joking about the bunny suit one, but they did have like Christmas
Easter
Mandalorian,
figs, yeah.
Yeah. So, and Halloween.
Instead of antennas, it's bunny ears.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't done that with droids though. Like holiday droids, like that could have been a real. Like every year releasing a whole bunch of new droids.
Well, they do. It's called the Droid Factory series that me and Ryan like, the 3 3/4 inch builder droids. Every year they release them with the little Halloween editions, Christmas editions.
I know that they do the like editions, but what I mean is that if they proper made a brand that was dedicated to kind of holidays or
holiday droids, yeah.
But
yeah.
The Life Day collection or something.
Yeah. I was catching on with
Star Wars holiday specials.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But yeah. So obviously we're not going to go live on Sunday. This was kind of our substitute Sunday. So we're going to be away now until Star Wars Celebration weekend, which is of course Easter weekend.
And I will be absent.
And you will actually be absent. You'll actually be there.
Well, I actually think with the time it ends, I might end up being like on the train, so I might be able to join in from the train. But I'm going all the way to Aylesbury straight after Celebration, because it's my nephew's birthday the next day. So
okay.
I might be able to join from the train.
For a second there, it just sounded really random. Yeah, I'm going to go this way instead when I come out of Star Wars Celebration.
To be fair, no one knows where I live.
No, I do.
They all know where I live because we've been saying that we were in Chelmsford for a long time, so it probably wouldn't be hard to find the baldest man in Chelmsford. Just follow the light. Just follow the reflected light up into the sky.
Follow the trail of honey. Yeah.
So does that mean we're having a Star Wars takeover show next week, Jacob?
I think we are. Star Wars takeover show. Yeah, I think there's potential of a guest. So yeah. We're going to make it very Star Wars themed on our return. So this is episode 93, which should have been going out this weekend. So then the following weekend will be episode 94. And yeah, it's a Star Wars weekend, Star Wars Celebration weekend. So we're going to have loads to talk about because obviously things are going to be announced throughout the event as it goes out. So what is it? It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, isn't it?
It is. So that means on the Sunday, we'll be in the midst of it. So we'll be eating Easter eggs, drinking blue milk. It's going to be a good day.
Yes. Drinking blue milk out of Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mick has to be the mystery guest there from Andy. I mean,
Mick can come round to my house and stream with me if he wants. He can come sit. He can come sit with me and broadcast.
Why don't he sit just off camera, and then if he's feeling brave enough, he can come on.
He can jump on camera.
Say hello. Yeah. No, we want to get Mick on. We do want to get Mick on. But to be honest with you, going forward, we're going to have guest slots anyway, where we bring people on, because there's a few people that we talk to quite often. So bringing you on and kind of getting you involved in the chat live as well. So
it could be
definitely something that's going to happen.
Why don't we have a Sunday call-in show and we'll call it Black Series and Coffee?
Yeah.
That was a Dan Who poke, by the way. Poke.
Yeah, no, I know it was.
Just for the rest of everyone else who's not following our little banter there.
More like a Dan why.
But we're gonna have a Star Wars.
Like children. You like little kids, man. I'm sorry.
We're gonna have a Star Wars takeover show. So, yeah. So anything Star Wars related. And we have got a couple of potential people that we're lining up to join in. Right, Andy. Why pointed at me? Come on, we need to
Andy Hyde.
We've got like 10 minutes left. We've got to have some cocaine bear before we go.
That I just wondered where you were going with that. I just thought you were going to say I just got to have some cocaine before we go. That is how the Jedi do it. It is how the Jedi roll.
It's straight from the source.
The funny thing is, right?
No,
so,
that's not wrong.
You know, I get a lot of some of the cool like, vintage customs. Yeah.
Definitely the wrong hand gesture there. Someone's gonna split.
This is what happens when we film on a Wednesday.
What was that? Was the two-handed and then a little?
You know, you do something and then think that is going to be all over the internet within about 10 minutes.
The Geek Week in Review would like to apologise for inappropriate behaviour. Please note this is not a reflection of the views by all three members. Thank you.
Blue milk is a healthy substitute. Oh dear! Can we give some cocaine bear before we go?
Oh, what? I tell you what, people in the comments, what do you want Cocaine Bear to say? Go on, chuck some stuff at me.
Give us a place and a scenario where Cocaine Bear.
It's turned into an improv show.
The Force is with you.
The Force is with you.
This is where the lag doesn't work because we're now just waiting.
Yeah, this is where what's going to happen is we'll end the show and there'll be 20 comments going like, oh,
yeah.
The Optimus Prime closing monologue from the first movie. Oh yeah, do you know what? I just had that written down. Oh God. Do you know what? Let's see if I can do it. Optimus Prime closing monologue.
In the style of Winnie the Pooh.
In the style of Winnie the Pooh. Right, okay. And I think I found it.
With the Allspark Garden, we cannot return to life to our planet. And fate has yielded its reward, a new world to call home. We live among its people now, hiding in plain sight, Piglet, but watching them in secret, waiting, protecting. I have witnessed their capacity for courage, and though we are worlds apart, like us, there's more to them than meets the eye. I am Baldimus Prime, and I send this message to any surviving 108-wood surviving residents taking refuge amongst the stars. We are here, and we are waiting, Piglet.
That is the entire thing.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow. There you go. That was so much. That was a lot to sort of try and read in the voice of Winnie the Pooh. I won't lie.
Oh, dear, dear.
Oh.
Well,
apple milk. So, apple milk.
It's not as good as honey, but apple milk will do.
I so owe you a Biff, that man. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh, right. was going to say? I was going to say something. Yeah. So back to your whole milking, the drinking it straight from the source before Ash looked like he was doing something very naughty in the darker parts of 100 Acre Woods. The trash compactor who makes like the 3D prints I get sometimes like, for Star Wars vintage stuff, he is actually made, and you can buy a vintage style milking creature with cup accessory with all teats 3D printed.
What?
So if you really did want to get your own version of that classic scene from The Last Jedi, then it is available at the Trash Compactor Etsy store.
Wow.
Mark, if you're watching, please sponsor me.
I can't watch that scene in the film without absolutely bursting out laughing. It's that face he pulls with green milk dripping down.
I think
So
also
weird.
now I'm not going to be able to not laugh because all I can think of is you going, I'm not even going to do it. I don't want that screen grab. I'm not having that screen grab. That will be photoshopped. You'll be on a billboard by the end of the week.
I'm surprised I've not already with all my thumbnails going. I'm really surprised that someone hadn't just photoshopped something big and floppy. You know what I mean?
Challenge accepted.
Oh dear, oh dear.
It was inevitable, Ash. You will have a penis drawn on your next thumbnail.
So Sunday we are not around. We're not here. The show is not going on. This is Sunday, Super Sunday now. We are back the following weekend with Star Wars Celebration Weekend, but without Ryan. And then that puts us on episode 94, which only puts us a couple of weeks away from episode 100, which is mad. But what's even more mad is that 4 episodes after that, we'll be on our 2-year anniversary show.
Damn!
Wow.
Episode, it's 52 weeks a year. 104 will be 2 years. Mental, right?
That is pretty mad. Maybe I'll do some live. I'm about on Sunday. I might just do a live video from my channel. I've worked out like apparently I can do live things on my YouTube. I didn't realize was a thing.
So our 100th show will be on the 21st of May. Damn.
It's gonna be May.
It's not far off.
Wow.
Not far
And then
off
we're looking at doing a Jurassic Park themed episode on the
28th.
On the 28th. So yeah, we've got quite a few bits coming up. Quite a few things exciting. A few exciting episodes coming up in May. Let's be honest. There we go. But
I'm looking forward to the Jurassic episode. That's going to be good fun.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah.
Better work on my Jeff Goldblum impression get that ready.
Yeah, get that right. Get that right. But that's it. That's about it for the week. So obviously, anyone that is still hanging around, thank you very much for tuning in this Wednesday instead of Sunday for the Geek midweek in review. Yeah, this has just been a bit of a. This has been a bit of a back and forth episode. Nothing really to.
Hey, I take this very seriously. I'll have you know.
This has been like 20% Geek Week in review, 80% Ryan's voices. Yeah, but it's all good. It's all good. We got comments. John Hammond meets Pooh.
Welcome to 100 Acre Woods.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Shelley. Yes, I am off to Paris. I'm off to Paris to see the real Winnie the Pooh. Basically, answer for your.
And will you ever be able to take it seriously?
I'm about to say, the thing is, you're going to get there and you're going to see him, and you're going to hear Ryan's voice every time you go near him.
That's 100% it. 100% it. I'm gonna go over and take Piglet out. But yeah, no. Shall I tell you what I'm most looking forward to though? The thing I'm most looking forward to is the drone show at the
yeah,
it's meant to be incredible.
So I'm going to try to film the whole thing just to kind of show it off. But that's what I'm most looking forward to. But only because they put the disclaimer out that if the weather's not right, they won't go off.
Yeah, they do a drone show in Disneyland Park as well. But one of the great things about the Avengers campus is you'll just be walking through and then randomly you'll hear from a rooftop like a load of commotion, and they'll just start like a random battle between like Black Widow and a load of like soldiery type characters. And then Iron Man will come roaming through the streets on like a big car, and he'll jump up and go and help her. And it's really immersive. It's so cool.
Yeah, no, I can't wait.
Some of the videos are amazing.
So I'm gonna try to get as much video as possible and just kind of put that out just to share because I'm excited. But it's a real spontaneous kind of weekend trip. It's not anything massive.
I'm putting a prediction out there that I think you're going to come back with a spider drone.
Oh, what now?
The spider drone. I reckon you're gonna splash out. You're gonna get one.
I can tell you, I will.
You know the spider like drones that he has in the films, like the little one on legs. He uses it in the kids. It's in the kids show right now as well. It's like a big thing in the kids show. Disneyland Paris has made one that's like it looks like it belongs in the MCU. It's like a hyper realistic one, and you can get different skins to cover it. So you can make it like an Iron Man spider drone or like a Black Panther spider drone, and it's got a remote control, and oh my god, it's amazing.
And
Go
just
look it up after the show.
Jacob was broke because he spent all his money at Disney.
Yeah,
but they're only available in Paris right now in California, so you can't get them anywhere else. And I'm so jealous because it looks awesome.
How much are they?
Oh, questions! Don't ask those kind of questions. We just buy them, credit card them. Yes, we do. About 90 quid, I believe.
Oh, that's all right. I'll get a couple. I'll get a couple. Instead of take the thing together, I'll see if I can fly them both. Do they fly, or are they just?
No, they don't fly. They crawl.
Okay, that's even better. Actually, quick funny story before we go away. Spider drones. So in the Disney store here, a few years back, they had the MCU spider drones. You know, on the film, not on Homecoming, he had that little thing that comes out of his suit.
Yes.
They basically made a little drone that was supposed to be that. So it was like, it cost about 120 quid, I think. It wasn't like cheap. So I bought it and I gave it to my son for his birthday, and we went over the park, and I was really excited about kind of flying it. So I said, "Oh look, let me fly it up in the air, and then you can fly it around." And literally, I went, whoop, it went, zzz, and it got to about that high. The wind took it, and it just disappeared. My son hadn't even touched the controls, and I lost it. And it was fucking
mate.
I literally, and he stood there crying, and then I had to go back and explain to my wife that there was no way I could lie. There was no way I could blame it on him because the controls hadn't even got in his hand before it was taken away by the wind. And even now, he won't let me live that down.
Don't blame him.
Oh, look at that!
Oh yeah, that is kind of cool actually.
Picture, but that's yeah, I'll grab
it. Yeah. But you can get different skins for it. You can turn it into Iron Man. You can turn it into Black Panther, and its eyes change colour depending on what costume you've got on it. You can get loads of different accessories. You can get a thing for your hand that's like a spider thing that sits around that finger and into your hand. And wherever you go, the drone, the little thing will follow you. It has like a sensor on it, so it knows where you are, and it'll just like clip along outside you. Awesome.
On a God, I'm gonna combat that because I can still technically say I bought him a Spider-Man drone, and that's what I say in the conversation. I'm like, yeah, I bought him a Spider-Man drone that Christmas, and he goes, yeah, but
as long as you don't read the next chapter.
I bought you a Spider-Man drone, so there we go. But yeah, he still doesn't let me live it down. So maybe I'll buy this one as a substitute because it doesn't fly. Yeah, but then that's my plan. So
and he calls into a sewer.
Yeah, and then he doesn't get caught. Right. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for watching, tuning in, sticking around.
Thank you for watching the Geek Review.
It's been a bit of a fun episode this week. Bit of a, bit of back and forth. We will not see you on Sunday, but do check out Ryan's channel and Ryan's Instagram. Obviously, SuperSorrell's Instagram, YouTube, and of course my own channels as well. We'll be uploading content and that stuff. That's what we do. We like to have fun. But we will definitely be back Star Wars Celebration weekend with a Star Wars themed show. And who knows, we might even have a different background for that one, I think. I think we have to go for a background.
Just my face on repeat.
Yeah. But then we have to go for like a Star Wars themed background on that one, and then like a Jurassic Park themed background on that one. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Keep it geek.